Okay, well here we are in the Goodman subway, which is one of the numerous subways, 12, 13, 14, depending on how you count them, that were dug beneath the Vimy Ridge in the Artois in northern France in preparation for the 9th of April 1917 attacks by the Canadians, mainly with British support. And here you can see a big clay plug where the other half of the system lays beyond this plug. This has collapsed quite recently, and I'm going to take you for a walk along the subway. So here we go. As you can see, it's fairly roomy. You're able to walk along fairly comfortably, and if I just adjust my head torch, you should be able to see quite a long way down. The first thing we come across here on the left is the entrance to what was once a water reservoir, 50,000 gallons, and this was used, I can show you, this was used for fresh water, would have been lined, and this water would have supplied the people in the tunnel, as well as a supply for sending water up the line, and it is quite extensive. It goes all the way back. The paper's obviously come off now. And it's partly collapsed in on itself. If we go back up, some detritus here, old buckets, jerry cans, and here you can see running down the entire length of the subway is this communications cable. Okay, off we go. Here's another entrance that's been roped off into the bottom end of the reservoir. And we're about 25 feet down here. And our entrance to this subway splits it in half, so we're now going from the rear up towards the front lines. As you can see, this place is still very dangerous. Live ordnance. So I'm going to watch where I'm putting my feet. And here we can see on the floor where there would have been supports. Just there. This is probably one of them. They've obviously long since collapsed. And there's a number of pieces of graffiti in here, which I will show you as I come across them. That's somebody's initial. This is telephone cable that we've used in here when we were excavating this subway. Just here's a nice piece. Which comes out of the wall, but there's also the more traditional names, dates. All the Canadian graffiti should be traceable due to the attestation papers being available online, unlike the English records, most of these still exist. an awful lot of this graffiti down here. Although curiously, we haven't got any dated from the 9th of April, so that could be because the men in here just wouldn't simply have had time to have done that sort of stuff. They would have had to have come back in here at a later date. Again here, more evidence of hand grenades. You can see that one leaking a little bit. And this is all at head height. I can walk, I suppose it's about 6 feet high. And incredibly well built. You can see the way it's cut. Oh, this is 95 odd years old now. And there's a bit of collapse on the sides where some of the chalk's coming off the wall, but there's not very much. There's lots of other detritus in here. Here you can see an old steel helmet with the insides are now gone, but it's not in bad condition, so we'll leave that there. Continue our stroll up. And off this tunnel there are some side rooms, perhaps used as HQs or for storage. I'll show you once we get to them. We're just about to get to a bit of a blockage in the tunnel where I'm going to have to crawl a little bit, so I will show you that. But before I do, just in here, be careful on the floor down here, there's a lot of wire. You can see here there's grenades, rifle grenades, and this here will be an old rifle grenade that's gone now, and there's some wire. Some of these are still live. Some bullets there as well. And this probably was an old headquarters of some kind. These are all other inclines that have now slipped in. Nice bit of graffiti on the wall. So we'll continue up. Very good air. Another passageway up there, which leads up to another incline. And another little passage down here which will take you down. Difficult to know what these places are, perhaps a latrine or maybe a cookhouse of some kind. And here we have a slight blockage to get through, so I'll have to crawl through this bit and try and keep the camera steady. Duran Group have been working in here for about 10 years. Although this is the first time we've been back in for quite a while. And there's not really any change from the last 10 years.